This is a $50,000 Top Step X combine that I just passed trading gold, trading from zone to zone, traded off of the 1 hour break of the resistance up to the 4 hour resistance, and as you can see, it just pushed through, and I have now secured my profit target of 53,000. And so once they settle my trades for the day, I will receive my certificate and have 50,000 in funding. These are the performance stats and the daily balance. As you can see, I had a 77% win rate. And these are the trades. So I started this combine on the 13th and passed today. So next step.
Hello, everyone. It's Gigi from ForexNChill Academy. Risk disclaimer: trading involves risk. Never risk more than you can afford to lose. Today, I am here to discuss the all-new ForexNChill Zone2Zone indicator. There have been just a couple of small updates since the last video, so I'm going to recover everything today and show you how I used the indicator yesterday to have a really good day trading futures on my funded account and also Forex on my personal account. So the purpose of the zone-to-zone indicator is to help you with market structure, to help you find structure breaks, to help you find tradable supply and demand zones using an engulfing indicator, an engulfing candle indicator, and also to find imbalance if you don't know how to find imbalance. So it's a multi-purpose tool. You can turn off or turn on each feature and adjust it as you wish. Okay. So I'm going to unhide the indicator and go through the features. We have support and resistance for each time frame that is outlined here below. And I'll go through how to adjust those. So you see we have the 4 hour, the weekly, and the daily, and the 60-minute, because we are on the 60-minute time frame. So your first time frame support and resistance will be yellow. Your second time frame support and resistance will be blue. Your third time frame support and resistance will be white. Let's see if we can find that on here. And you can adjust the colors, you can adjust the time frames. So I'm not seeing the daily. Let me zoom out. We are on, there it is. Hold on. Where is daily? There it is. Here's the daily support at the bottom in white. And the weekly is red, the 4th. So we have yellow, blue, white, and red for the colors. And again, the time frame and the colors and the thickness can be adjusted. When you are on a time frame, it shows you support and resistance for the last bullish or bearish run. And it shows a fractal for that push, okay? And it's also drawing a trend line. The yellow are daily imbalances. There's blue for weekly imbalances. There's market structure breaks that are shown for this time frame, and the gray is imbalance. You see from here to here is the imbalance. The green is an engulfing candle. So we have an engulfing candle traded into daily imbalance, traded away aggressively, took out a previous high, left imbalance. So we know we have a high probability order block. So I could be looking for the price to come down into here. Okay. So let's go through the panel. Oh, one more thing. If you look down here at the bottom, green means that these time frames are currently still in an uptrend. And that shows you that this is currently still in a buy. Now let's take a look at the trading panel settings. Show market structure break is here. The zigzag length determines how far in between structure breaks you want the indicator to capture. The higher the number, the less market structure breaks. The lower the number, the more market structure breaks. So let's take a look at that real quick. If you look to the left, you see we have one market structure break and a really nice uptrend, and no more structure breaks are shown. If I decrease this number, if there are any internal structure breaks, it would show. You see, it added these internal structure breaks right here when I decreased the number. Apologies. If I increase it, it shows less, but I keep it on 9. The Fibonacci factor for the breakout confirmation, I keep it at 0.33. What time frame do I want it to apply to? The chart time frame, and I have the size of my text for the MSB to normal. If I want to show the EMA, I click this and it shows a whole EMA. Green, of course, is buying trend, and red, of course, is selling trend. So when you combine the trend with the break of structure, and we came out with an engulfing here, you see we're in an uptrend. Now this EMA is based off of a cross of two different EMAs. EMA 1 is 50, EMA 2 is 9. I have it to turn green when it also lines up with the MACD histogram crossover. You can use MACD signal or histogram. I use the histogram because there's less false breakouts. Show trend line, self-explanatory. Turn it on and off, and it will show or not show the current trend. Okay. Number of pivot points to check for your trend line. This is something you can play around with. And the colors of your trend line. Bullish, I have green. Bearish, I have red. Show ratings at the top. That's over here at the top right, where it's showing buy. You can put the position, the size, the color of the text. Higher time frame, no, I have it on the current chart. Repainting, no, I have it off. And it tells you here, when not using a higher time frame, setting this to off will show you the confirmed value for the last closed candle. This ensures the rating will not change during the current candle being formed. What does the rating use? There's moving averages and oscillators. I give 60% weight to the moving average. Do I want to show imbalances? Yes or no? I usually have this on no, but if you see, if it's on, you see the imbalances. Reduce the number of boxes. Yes, that means when they're mitigated, they turn off. Extend the boxes. You can have it to where it extends the boxes all the way out, but I just have it follow current market price, so I have that unchecked. You can choose the colors of your boxes and whether they have a midline, so you can show the consequent encroachment, which is 50% of the imbalance. Show daily imbalance, yes. Weekly imbalance, yes, because I like to trade the higher time frames. How much of the history you want to show. Let me make those both 5, just so it will show the current week. Volume imbalance time frame. Multiple time frame table is at the bottom right. Okay. You can choose pivot types where you want it to show. Now, if you want to show historical points, you can check that as well. I have it on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, and the weekly for when I want to day trade or swing trade. If I'm scalping, I take it down to a lower time frame. As you see right here, it's showing the 1 hour and above. So I want to take this down to the lower time frame that I was using yesterday to scalp. I did the 1 minute because this is indices, 5 minute, 15-minute, and 1 hour. And you'll see there's change in the bottom right. And again, here are the colors for each time frame. Yellow is the first time frame, blue is the second, or you could say gold, white is the third, and red is the fourth. You can decide how wide you want your lines. I have mine on 2. One thing you want to notice, now we only see 60 minutes. It can only show the current time frame and above. So if I go down to 15 minutes, it's going to show me 15 minutes and 60 minutes. If I go down to 1 minute, it's going to show me all 4. Show trend line, support and resistance. Okay, you see here, it's showing that. Mark the pivots. I'll show you those. Alerts enabled. Points to check. I leave all of this as is. You can show violated trend lines, and it will show you past trend lines that got violated. And I showed a few people how you could use those. So like if you're one of the SNR traders that like to use previous trend lines as support and resistance, a lot of times these hit. So you see a bounce here. So you had support, support, that became resistance, that became resistance. So if you trade SNR, Asian SNR, you might be familiar with that. Not everyone trades that, but as you see, support becomes resistance. But I don't use that. I draw those myself. So let me take that off. That's not a feature that everyone's going to use. Show the labels on your trend lines. I have yes. And down at the bottom, this is for showing bullish and bearish engulfings. You can turn it off and they will not show. It will go back to your regular candle color. You see this change back to white. If I turn it on, my engulfing turns to green, and my bullish engulfing is green, and there's my bearish engulfing. Right. So how did I use this yesterday? Well, everything was overbought, and I saw SMT divergence on the indices. So I started looking for sell opportunities. And this is where we were yesterday. Okay. So the fractals, and I'll show you those when we go back to the higher time frame. So let's cut this off and do a replay. And I posted the results of the trades. So everyone knows I took these trades, even posted them on social media. So we had SMT divergence yesterday that was forming. Okay. The market went up, made the SMT divergence. And when we had this broke below the previous market structure break, we have a bearish engulfing. Okay. So you had a fractal high and a fractal low. This fractal low was broken. What was it broken by? Broken by this. Okay. It formed a resistance here and a support here. And the trade on S&P or NAS was a lot cleaner, but just trading down to here, that's a 6.48. Okay. I'm trying to keep this video short. So I'm going to pull up another one and show you, but let me pause the recording in between. Okay, I'm going to show you yesterday. Since the indices made big runs and on new highs, we will see some zigzag, whipsaw, and consolidation more than likely. After big runs, it becomes anybody's market. And everyone knows I like to trade complex pullbacks. If it's on higher time frames, I go for the swings. If it is on lower time frames, I go for the scalps. Okay. And that's when you learn to hold through the crazy whipsaw, is when you're expecting complex pullbacks. I had already entered 2 trades here. I was live with Chelsea and we recorded it. But you see here is where I was taking these to pass a futures combine. And I took the US 30 on my Forex. So we're going to go over to the market and see how I captured these trades. Because we had SMT divergence between the 3 indices triad, which is S&P 500, US 30, and NAS 100. Once I saw the bullish close, then sometimes you just have to trade market psychology based on what you've seen the market do in the past. I said I'm going to open now because I have the bearish engulfing. And you see my first support for the 1 minute is down here. But I was looking for here is what SNR traders call an engulfing fail, because you had a bearish engulfing that failed to break lower. SMC traders call it a breaker block. So that was my first target, which was a 3R. And then I had this engulfing. There's my zone. This engulfing underneath was my target for a buy, because we had a market structure break from here and this hadn't been retested. So I was looking to sell from here. But long term, I had painted out a zigzag that I expected a zigzag to like happen and come down to here. This was my long-term target. But because I was scalping and I only needed like $700 more to finish the day off on the futures, I took a counter trend buy as well. All right, so let's let it play out. And I don't mind taking these trades without additional confirmation because of the tight stop loss. Okay, there's a very tight stop loss on here. Okay, 16 points, 1.7 points, 117 pips. Okay. And so that's easy to get like a 2R. I don't like to take a trade unless I see a potential for 3R, and 2R is the minimum I'm willing to risk for. So now we get here and we see the 1 minute has gone bearish. Okay. We had the bullish engulfing close. So that's where I entered a buy to buy back up to the bearish engulfing. I had entered it when that closed bullish. Again, you got a very tight entry and a potential to up here is well over 3R. And of course, my final target is here. So let's let that play out. And you see, as each level is broken, it shows you on the bottom the structure and the trend break to the downside. I wish I had held this longer, but I didn't. But don't cry over missed pips. So you see, as that was taken out, that support and resistance level was taken out. All right. So going back over, excuse the construction in the background. I was telling everyone about complex pullbacks, which, like I said, we like to trade here. My projection was for another move down. This is a pullback I had entered on the US 30. And this is the final play. And I closed the trade there. It did end up trading a lot lower, but this is how I use the indicator. All right. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video.